Hey everyone, this is Gary Kay, and welcome to another edition of my Rants and Raves video cast. And like clockwork, we kind of shift our attention after ISE to InfoComm, which is the biggest AV show in North America. And I'm excited to be joined with Avixa's Senior Vice President, Rochelle Richardson, who basically heads up the team that does the show. Rochelle, welcome to my Rants and Raves.
Hi there, Gary. It's a pleasure to be here, and thank you for having me.
Well, I appreciate you being on. There's a lot to talk about at InfoComm, and we're not going to do it in just one video cast. We're going to use this one opportunity to kind of pitch why you should register. And probably the biggest reason to register is there's just so much stuff going on at this year's show that you haven't had. We're going to have all the stuff everyone's expecting. I'd like for you to talk about that too, but I also want you to focus on, if you can, kind of tease some of the new stuff that's going on in and around the show, Rochelle.
Sure, and thank you for that, Gary. First, I'd like to start off by saying thank you to you for creating opportunities like this for Avixa to talk about our trade show around the world. And of course, now the focus is on InfoComm North America. That's taking place June the 10th through the 16th at the Orange County Convention Center in Orlando, Florida. While I know many people are familiar and have participated at InfoComm in the past, we have a ton of new attendees that come each year as well. In fact, about 34% our attendee audiences, somewhere in that range, are new each year. And so what we try to do is create new experiences and new education, new content, new partnerships, and we will have all of that at InfoComm this year. And so let me just break that out and talk about from a standpoint of our partnerships and collaborations that we've had. Recently, we announced, of course, our collaboration with the NSCA. We will be offering, of course, a business skills called Biz Skills half-day program at InfoComm. We are also partnering with the AV User Group, where we will have speed style pitches for the AV end users that are coming as a part of that. And manufacturers will have the opportunity to talk about their new products, new launches that will take place as a part of InfoComm. And that's I say about a half-a-day program. And we also have partnership with the Experience United Social Club, ex-USC as well. So these are some of the partnerships. We have other partnerships that will be announced. We also have the partnership with the Digital Signage Federation. And now for 3 years running, we actually started off design with you, and sure. 3 years ago, ironically here, and so we're super excited that we are continuing the partnership there with the DSF. We will continue with design as an education offering, but of course, new sessions as a part of that. We have some new experiences, as I mentioned in the review with you. We will have what we call a Career Empowerment Day as well, where this will provide the opportunity to bring exposure to Pro AV for rising professionals, for manufacturers and those that are hiring in our industry, of course, to participate and be a part of this. That will take place on Thursday. We also have other new initiatives around mindfulness. We are going to be announcing some things here soon, which we recognize that mental health is really a hot topic now, and very important that we are having a good work-life balance as well. And then there's a ton of new sessions, new course offering around education. We begin our education with a change from what we used to call, formerly known as the 3-day courses, to what we're calling the Avixa training. So a continuation of CTS, CTSI, and CTSD, but a name change around that starts before the show, Saturday before the InfoComm show. We're broadening around emerging trends. We have new interactive immersive experience tours in the community with Full Sails University. So there will be truly an enormous amount of new initiatives taking place at InfoComm this year.
I'm excited about all the new stuff just because I like to see us evolve. And I think InfoComm's been a good representative of that, because as the show's evolved, the industry's evolved too. When I first started going to InfoComm, it was just an AV show, but now, you've done a really good job embracing UC, unified collaboration. You've done a great job embracing digital signage. Obviously, as you said, you now have a 3-year history with DSF. But also the emerging markets like XR technology, AR and VR technology, the new pavilions that you have where you highlight some of the new brands. There's, I don't know, 10 or 12, maybe even as many as 15 brand new companies that have new technology and products that'll kind of be put together in one little area. I know we'll talk more about that in the future as well. But my big push at InfoComm for all of you is to make sure that first, I want to let you know we do have a code to register, and I'll put that up in just a second. But before that, I want to put a shout out to everyone who's watching. Try to attend one session. Try to attend one educational session, because I know that everyone wants to go to the show to go to the show floor, and it's definitely a reason to go. But the one thing that I have been personally involved with many, many years is the educational side of what Avixa has done at InfoComm. Try to just sign up for one class, and you'll be hooked on, if you're new to the industry. I was surprised by that number from Rochelle, that 30% of you are going to be new. So for those of you who haven't been to InfoComm before, go to one class. It's not just the education, it's the contacts and the networking you're going to get. You're going to have a different level of relationship with the instructor who's going to come from the industry, who's going to know the content. And by the way, there's a good chance that they're working on the show floor somewhere too, and be able to enlighten you. So Rochelle, I think the educational side of that is a big part of what y'all have done over the years that's been really successful. And I think it's a big driver for the show.
Absolutely. I don't want to echo everything that you just said, but I'm going to endorse everything that you said and say to that. There is so much energy and excitement around the return to in-person. I mean, we've spent the last few years working remotely, now more in a hybrid format, but there's something to be said about coming together in person to have education, to have networking, to connect with your peers and colleagues, and also to see the product up close and personal. And so education is a vital part of InfoComm. It's a vital part of the industry for multiple reasons. We have professionals that are coming to get certified, certifications. They're coming to get recertified. They're coming to just have a basic update on a professional audio visual. And then there are those moments that you can only do in person. And we saw that at ISC, of course, in Barcelona recently. But you brought up some really good points about some of the new areas. And so one of the new areas inside the exhibit hall is our Trailblazers zone. And that is the area where we will have roughly 10 companies that will showcase new technologies. They are all first-time exhibitors at InfoComm, so they've never had exhibited at our show, and it's a great way to highlight them in a premier location of our exhibit hall. It will be a destination. And we're looking, of course, in time or over the years to grow and expand this area. So it's our initial year for us to launch this. So we're excited about that. And then we are also going to continue having thought leadership demonstrated in education and emerging trends on our technology innovation stage as well. So there's always new content, new updates, new information, and an opportunity to also have manufacturer or exhibitor updates on the technology innovation stage as well. And so 3 days of full content and schedule planned in that area. But our focus will continue to be, Gary, on our solution areas, right? So digital signage happens to be one of those. Conferencing and collaboration is one, content production and streaming, and also learning technologies. In each one of those solution areas, we have sessions that are aligned with those as well. And then we have tours, show floor tours that are aligned and curated by professionals in the industry. And so as individuals come through the registration process, they'll have the opportunity to see Right now, we have about 50% plus of our education and content in the registration programming, but we're going to be adding new sessions within the next few weeks as well. We just wrapped up our call for presenters, and so there's a lot of new content that will be added within the next 2 to 3 business weeks as well. So I invite everyone that has already registered. You'll be receiving an email to come back through and get a chance to see some of the new offerings. But if you have not yet registered for InfoComm, please do so. And you can, of course, get to the registration link. Gary will provide it here.
We're going to pop it up now. We're going to pop up a graphic that shows something kind of cool. And if you're watching this anywhere on social, just click on the link below. Because if you will register using our code rAVe, you just come by our booth in the lobby of the convention center. We're going to give you a free rAVe t-shirt just by registering using our code rAVe, rAVe, obviously. So just click on the link that's in the description of this video cast. And we're bringing our game back. It's been a while since we've had the game at InfoComm. We'll be there on the at the show with the game. So Rochelle, in addition to all these other things, we're going to have some fun at the show too. The show's always a lot of fun, seeing the people that you haven't seen in a while, 3-dimensionally now. And you mentioned coming out of ISE with over 57,000 attendees. We're expecting a great show. And Orlando is I know a lot of people like Vegas, but I like Orlando better, because the day after the show, we always go to Disney World, the company. So we're definitely all in on Orlando. We're excited about being back there. And Rochelle, I appreciate you doing this. We're going to do some other video casts focusing on other sections of what's going on, other features of what's going on at InfoComm between now and the date of the show. And remember, the show's not just 3 days. There's the education before the show as well. And all of it is in the link that's below, so you can see all of that there. So Rochelle, thank you very much for joining me today.
Absolutely, Gary. Thank you for allowing me to be here with you. It's been my pleasure.
And if you haven't connected with Rochelle, just click on her name in the description of this video cast. You can connect with her on LinkedIn. She's a senior vice president of VIXA, and she runs the exhibitions, and she can get you wherever you need to go. And by the way, if you're thinking about exhibiting, if you're a new company, it's the person to contact. Check it out all at anywhere you are on social. You'll see this. So Rochelle, thank you very much for joining me. And of course, Avixa is at avixa.org if you're interested in volunteering or getting involved in education. And by the way, I applied for a session, so I'm crossing my fingers that my session gets. I know that there's a whole committee of people that apply, that have to review all these, so you never know. But I applied for a session at Avixa, at InfoComm. So hopefully I'll get my session out there, and if that happens, I'll be promoting that as well. But either way, we will see you at InfoComm, and thanks for joining us. Everyone, have a great day.
Everyone, have a great day. Goodbye. Thank you.
With rants and raves, you'll be okay. And today is your lucky day. It is rants and raves.